Broadcasters make an effort for politics.
Send out the show notes.
Hey, we beat the Raiders. Nice.
Was it just me, or was that intro shorter than usual? Hey, everybody, welcome to Lesser Saints of Discord.
That's because we were all distracted.
Well, usually I have more time to, set up the pop-out chat and stuff. Yep, it's a new year. It's almost a new year.
We're still getting used to Friday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
You mean Sunday?
That one.
Yeah.
Case in point.
Yeah. But with the new year comes new things. So, in 2024, we bring you...
Whoops.
You really botched that one, bud.
I did botch that one. Bring it.
All right, in 2024, we bring you... We're on camera now.
It exists for some reason.
The fuck up kind of worked there because the whole point of the song is you can't see me, and they didn't see anything.
Comedically, it was great. But we even rehearsed it, and he still fucked up. All right.
Yeah, well.
We have a few things on the docket today. First off, how's everybody's Christmas?
I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah,
Fair
yours.
enough. I've heard enough about your family
fair.
turmoil. I get it. Rimshee, how about you?
Not bad. I got a trash can.
Cool. What kind of trash can?
It was, it's a car trash can, so, yeah, nothing special.
Oh.
I also got a bunch of PJs.
Still good to have. Yeah.
Well, it was a gift from the wife, so, it's special in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
I
she's
got this
listening
cool
or
new
not.
green screen.
Wow, we have got a massive delay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
That is horrible.
I got a cool new green screen, and somehow, magically, last weekend, pulled a hat trick of 3 really good days over Christmas with family.
Oh, good for you.
Well, there were some family members that weren't there, and my cousin and I think we have a theory, so we're going to start tallying things up. That maybe some of the
Could
family members are the
say
wet blankets that
it's
bring
a
issues.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Yep. Also, hi, Mom, if you're watching. I'm on camera now.
Although we are really getting to the point where conspiracy theories are just previews now.
Well, so the term conspiracy theory was actually coined after the JFK shooting. And it was essentially propagated around to discredit certain theories that the government might be up to some nonsense. Because if you break it down, it's a conspiracy theory. There's a theory about a conspiracy. It's just people working together to do something. And it's a theory about it. Nothing that special.
Maybe moments of silence on my end. I'm hungry.
I just realized that this green wire, I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but with the green screen, I got just a section that disappears on me.
What do you mean? I can't see that. What is it?
It's absolute void.
Yeah.
Other than this part right here. This part is visible. Most of the time.
Yeah. Well, there's only one reason why I don't wear my Adventure Time Jake hat, and that's because the yellow is a certain shade that it kind of starts blipping in and out of green screen.
Yeah.
Chroma
Case
key.
in point.
Yeah. Yep.
Arizona disappears.
But now that I'm on
Rolling Rock
camera again,
disappears.
we get holy shit. I just saw the wave to my mom. This delay is not good.
Told you, man, it's fucking horrid. I have no idea what the fuck is going on with Twitch.
Yeah. Apparently it's cutting out a lot, according to my mom. Hi, Mom. Again.
Oh, hello, Mama Jables.
Well, on the
beard
plus
looks
side,
really
the delay was long enough. My mom was able to get in.
She'll get my greeting eventually.
Here, hold on. Let me check the audio.
Dog, stop staring at me.
Oh, the conspiracy theory just... And it cut out. Now it's buffering.
This is going well. Well, Rimshee.
Well, the question...
Good beating.
The question ultimately is it Twitch? Is it just Twitch? Is it also Kick? Check Kick.
Maybe just stop streaming on Kick.
Kick's actually ahead, so I think it's just Twitch.
That's a lot of buffering, dude.
Yeah.
Go follow us over on Kick. Where things seem to be working fine.
No, actually, it's about the same. So, I think this has to do with Restream. It's Restream fucking up.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's on you, bud.
No, that's on Restream.
Yeah. Hey, Dina just subscribed at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 43 months. You'll hear that in about 5 minutes.
It might have gone a little hard on the crushed red pepper.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, where'd you get your pizza from?
Little Caesars.
Oh, nice.
It's the closest thing to me.
Tastiest
Yeah,
cardboard out there.
It's not cardboard, actually. I got
Little Caesars is better than people give it credit for.
I got the stuffed crazy crust that they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And like with a thing of marinara sauce, it was like $11.71 for a large pizza and sauce.
Fun fact: you can
A large
buy
stuffed
in-
crust, I should say.
Yeah. Fun fact about Little Caesars, for any broke people out there.
We've heard this before.
Yeah. Well, it's just good information
That's
to have.
everyone.
Spread around.
Well, I'll be
You
broke
can- you
here
can
in,
buy
in a couple of weeks.
You can buy an uncooked Little Caesars pizza on food stamps, and then pay them $1 to cook it.
Depends on your location. It will vary, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
dog, stop staring at me. You're not getting anything.
Quick, Rimshee, start yelling vulgar stuff so my mom leaves. It's making me nervous.
What, use my black privilege?
Yeah, use
Yeah,
your
like-
black proof. Do it. Say it. I know you wanna. Nincompoop.
But yeah, man, I fucking I got in my car,
Rod.
my pizza. Like they handed it to me, and I felt the bottom of it. I'm like, "Ooh, that bastard's hot."
Mm-hmm.
And I looked over in my passenger seat. I just see steam pouring out of the front of the box. I'm like, "God damn!"
Yeah, they're hot.
Your
and
mom
ready.
has a point, Jables. Your mom has a point. There are probably a zillion people on Twitch for New Year's Eve.
That makes sense.
I mean, like, people are, oh, they just sit in the thing. Like, that's only the hot and ready sausage, pepperoni, or cheese. If you order anything other than that, they make it right then.
Here's the ultimate test. I'm gonna lower the quality on my end, and yep, still buffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's either Twitch or Restream.
And my guess is Restream.
Well, stop streaming on Kick. Let's just do a Twitch exclusive for New Year's Eve.
Alright. Yeah, no one watches us on Twitch anyway, so...
You mean
Turn
Kick?
Kick.
Well, you're right both ways.
Hey, we at least
Let's
have
see if this-
single-digit watchers on Twitch, as opposed
Yeah.
to no one on Kick.
Yeah. I hate
Back
how
here,
Kick
you
keeps the
goddamn-
chat.
Vacuum.
Yeah. Kick doesn't refresh the chat. I hate that. Nobody should be able to just go to our channel and see what somebody else was talking about.
Months ago.
Yeah.
Fucking robot vacuum. Oh, my green screen is sitting on a fucking watermelon.
Why? What?
Watermelon.
Yeah, just...
It's a toy block.
Oh.
I don't randomly have watermelons sitting in my office.
Well, you're black. I wouldn't know.
I was gonna say why not, but that works.
Yeah, watermelon's really good. I didn't know the stereotypes are that deep.
Not to mention, you know, like all this talk that he does when he's on with us, like, oh man, like my wife, she just made the best like fried chicken and collard greens. You mean to tell me you don't have watermelon stashed? I'm disappointed in you.
I said in my office. I specified.
You never know when you need watermelon.
It's in the pantry, which is 5 steps that way.
Yeah.
See, folks,
I
he's
don't know
not
what we
full, He's not full stereotype. He hasn't mentioned drinking grape soda yet.
Not grape soda, it's grape drink.
Nah, that's the one that don't have the bubbles in it.
Crab thinks he sees a Rimshee.
Oh. Hey, Crab. Hey, Crab. Could you do me a favor? Instead of making clips, write down timestamps. I want to start making some YouTube shorts. Just a thought.
Ooh, yeah, I'm not doing that without the fucking
You'll
cover
hear
up.
that in about 5 minutes. All right, did you shut down the kick stream?
Yeah, it's shut down.
All right. Are you still using
It's been shut
Restream?
down. Yeah, because in order to swap, I'd have to do a lot of setting changes that would really fuck everything up worse. But it might make it better, too. Basically, I'd have to shut down the stream and restart it.
I don't have any problems with that. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, but that's... You wouldn't be doing any of the work, either. Because then I'd have to... I would then have to reset everything for the next one. Or we just go back to...
Yeah. Sorry, my mom's leaving.
Metro Exodus, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she'll miss all the racism, but...
Well, I think she just heard the racism I did earlier, and that's why she's leaving.
Disappoint.
I'm so disappointed in you,
No,
son.
not what I meant about timestamp. If you ever hear this, Mom, by timestamp, there's a little time counter right under the video. I need the time of the video, not what time it was when the thing happened.
You get what you get, and you don't get upset, boyo. The timestamp is 1825. Suck it.
Well,
I wonder if anything significant happened in 1825.
It was actually 1744, but if only it was 1776.
Don't rise
Alright,
again.
I'm gonna try stopping the stream and restarting the stream.
Yeah, because I just got another buffer. And I've been
Feel your eyes on me, dog.
I've been killing it with some jokes, but the audience doesn't know until we're way past it.
Just be aware, Jables, that we're still recording. The stream is stopping. If it'll ever fucking stop, because OBS is having a shit fit. A shit fit bit.
Still recording?
Yeah, still recording. No, we're streaming again. I hit the start streaming button.
I'm gonna make this unusable for YouTube.
Alright, we've got green now.
Oh, God damn it. I haven't been logged in Quit.
So I saw it stop, and now I'm getting an ad.
Yep, same.
Bum, ba, bum.
Doing better.
All right, are we back?
Yep, we're
Let me
back
check.
on.
Here, I'm going to do a peace sign, and I'm going to see how long that takes to show up. All right, like 30 seconds. Cool. Much better, though.
That's the fucking.
Oh. Rimshee, I thought you were playing with the Bala song for a second.
975.
No, this is for cleaning up animals.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Just
All right.
it's good for chopping, it's good for scraping, it's good for a bunch of shit. Just not doing the actual killing.
Mm-hmm.
Now ask your question of Crab, because Crab was not paying attention through no fault of his own.
Yeah.
Man, after this I gotta go pressure wash my deck and do a bunch of shit that no one wants to do.
No. So let's get into some of the topics that
Apparently, I got whispers from someone.
you got. What?
Whispers.
Oh yeah, that's the Twitch equivalent of DMs.
Well, I mean, I've seen the system, and it's even called the same thing on like fucking Picarto, but God, when was the last time I did anything on Picarto?
Probably about 2 years ago, when no other place would let us watch movies together. when Rabbit went down.
Yeah, I remember Rabbit.
Rabbit was awesome, and then Discord's like, no, you can just do it in app now. All right.
And was blocking that shit too.
Delete that.
You were what?
Gosh.
You were blogging it?
No, it's
Blocking.
Discord started blocking Rabbit. Rabbit was fantastic.
Oh yeah. Well, Rabbit just got shut down one day, unexpectedly.
And then there was that other thing that got nuked, and Breadboat tried to like corner the market afterwards.
I also noticed last night Amazon and Netflix got savvy to Discord, so that gets blocked too.
That's bullshit.
Yep.
Fuck Amazon.
I know, right? Yeah, I was trying to watch. Oh yeah, Paramount Plus is also savvy to it, because I was trying to watch the new South Park special with some people last night.
You know what this
Yeah, I
means?
saw
They're
that.
just gonna push pirating up to where it was pre-streaming.
Yeah, it seems like every week Louis Grossman puts out a new video where it's just like, this is why pirating is justified.
This is why it's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like further evidence that our wannabe corporate overlords do not understand how the internet works.
Yeah. Well, it's like with the whole Twitch thing, when they allowed the artistic nudity, and they didn't think people were going to just draw a bunch of hentai.
That was great.
That lasted a whole 24 hours. They just needed to ask one person, one creator on the platform. Hey, what do you think of this? There's going to be a lot of dicks.
There's gonna be a lot of dicks, a lot of tits, and
A lot of vagine.
And a lot of dick adjacent objects.
Yeah. But yeah, they were so vague with the rule. It was pretty much, as long as you don't show penetration, you're good.
Like, okay, I just draw porn now.
You remember all that furry hentai I used to draw? Well, I'm gonna do furry porn now.
And all of that's fine. The only thing I wish that they did is if you applied the appropriate tags, they would have blurred the thumbnail of what you were doing at the time. That's it.
Yeah.
That and some minor age gating. I think it would have been fine. But I looked at that art section during that time, and oh man, a lot of veiny penises. It's just right there.
All the veins.
Yeah, just put like a not safe for work blur sort of filter on it if you have that tag.
Yeah, like I actually I follow, and I'm a part of their Discord server. I follow a Yahweh artist, and yeah, they were just like, yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, I ain't losing my Twitch channel. I know how this ends.
Yeah. Well, they also didn't communicate. They made that new rule, and then they didn't communicate it with the trust and safety team or whatever they're called that bans people. And so people that were technically following the rules were getting banned.
Yeah, because like they streamed like their non-sexual art on Twitch before, but they're just like, yeah, I'm not getting involved. I'm just gonna sit and watch how this plays out. I have a feeling how it's gonna play out, but
oh yeah, there were also a bunch of VTubers that were making their avatars nude.
Project Melody. Welcome to Twitch.
yeah, I imagine there are a bunch of VTubers actually that just like when they order the models for their avatar, it's like, yeah, I have a nude one, I have a sexual one, just in case.
Yeah, just keep it. Why not?
The money exists if I ever get the chance. They see that
rule change. They see that rule change. It's like, my time is now.
Yeah. Oh, that was a wild 24 hours, though.
Yeah, you just imagine, like, the Twitch admins and, like, moderators, like, they come in, they're like, okay, let's see what's happening. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Probably not far from the truth.
Yeah. Oh, we let a bunch of internet people make nudity art. That's gonna go well.
Oh no, like I have a feeling that like this is one of those situations where like a lot of the moderators probably didn't get the memo, or it probably wasn't communicated to them well either. So they log in and they're just like, what the fuck is happening?
Well, yeah, that's why a bunch of people got banned.
Jesus, I need to turn you down, Jables. Also, Crab, I know who Les Stroud is, and I appreciate the compliment.
Les Stroud. Oh yeah. Isn't he out there hunting Bigfoot right now?
I don't know what he's doing. But he's awesome. So that's what matters.
Yeah, the guy that put Bear Grylls to shame.
Oh, God. Yeah. Who would actually go out and survive. And he actually did one episode where he's like, yeah, this is how shit works for us. I don't know when he did the episode, but I would guess that it was around the Survivor show bullshit. And he's just like, yeah, this is how shit works for us. They film me starting to go in, and at the leave-off point, I've got all the camera gear. I've got to do shit 3 or 4 times because I've got to set up the camera. I've got to do the trek. I've got to go back and get the camera.
Yeah.
Wait,
You know, it's not
he
so bad.
actually...
I have to make sure that I don't burn.
Yeah. I've seen so many memes of people going to locations where Bear Grylls went to, and then there's like a McDonald's across the street. They just shot it at an angle.
Meanwhile, you got Les Stroud sitting there going, because of this, that, or the other reason, we had to make sure for safety purposes that I was not too far out of the way. Like one time, he was doing a surviving stranded out at sea on a survival raft, and a big-ass storm was coming through, so they're like, nope, fuck it, we're calling it, you're coming and sitting with the boat right now, fuck you. Fuck the show, safety is not is more important. They included that factor in the show.
Yeah, for the people who are unaware, the ocean is horrifying. It hates you, and it wants you to die.
Yeah.
Salt water
Yeah,
is angry water.
There are few things on this planet more terrifying than a storm.
And yeah, I have seen that series, Crab. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, there's another reality show.
It's Cyanide and Happiness have like, yeah, they did. Cyanide and Happiness had a parody of Bear Grylls called Greg Bear. It was funny as fuck.
Nice.
Because he's like it's all set up. And he's like, eating like all this like there's like a bacon tree and there's like milk in the tree. And he's like getting progressively fatter as it goes on.
I remember one episode of the Bear Grylls show, whatever that was called, I forget. Man vs. Wild or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And he had like a head wrap turban thing, and he peed on it. To help keep him cool. And then before he put it on, it cut to commercial break, and when it came back, it was a brand new clean turban thing that was just wet. It's like, no, I saw yellow pee go on that. You'd see that.
Yeah.
It changed color.
Or like,
and it was all dusty and dirty and everything. And then when they came back from commercial, it was just this
perfectly clean,
perfectly white. Yeah.
Also, like, he just did shit on that show. It was like just purely to make people go like, no.
Yeah.
Like the time he drank pee, but if you pay close enough attention, there are several cuts between when he pees into the helmet and when he drinks.
Yeah. Or like, I remember the one there was like, he ate like this huge like grub or something. Or like, he's like, oh, I desperately need, like water. Like he just like, he like picks up like some like piece of animal shit and like squeezes the juice out of it. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that was elephant shit.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Leave it to British Special Forces to be a bunch of fucking pussies.
Like even if you were incredibly desperate, I'm sure most survivalist people are just like, like grind up some like leaves or something to get like water. Like it's like, don't squeeze water content out of animal shit. You don't know what's in that. You don't know what bacteria is in that. You're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah. Just take a little bit more time. There's probably, if there's shit, there's water somewhere. Because that means animals are able to drink. So find something else.
Yeah, it's just like.
And the
one of those,
water
like,
that came
that
out of it was
completely
way too clear.
unnecessary.
The
Yeah.
water that came out of it was way too clear too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that was entirely unnecessary, terrible advice, and I don't believe you actually did that.
Yeah, Crab, I trust Les Stroud.
Yeah.
Gone a little
Oh,
crazy
everyone
with
gets to
his-
see
with
my
his-
fucked up hairline too.
You just gotta
That is
put
a
his dick-
decision that you made.
I made
No, he
no
was born
decision.
with
This
that.
is genetics.
Yeah, he was born
No,
with
it
that.
was-
I
looks
saw
weird.
some. I saw some
It
old
was your
pictures
decision
of
to
him.
show it to all of these people. I say all of these people. No one's here. But...
What? We got Crab and Dina. They're not no one.
Well, Dina's not no one.
You got Dina.
Next.
Sorry, Crab. It wouldn't be a proper stream if we didn't shit on you a little.
I'll have to fix that later.
All right.
That just happened
So-
on stream.
So I read something recently. Apparently AI art is getting worse because so many people are creating AI art that
It's sampling from other AI art.
yeah, it's using other AI art as
It's already
references.
cannibalizing itself.
Yeah. And that's why you shouldn't fear AI. Because of shit like that.
Oh, and it's bad too. Because I still have a DeviantArt account, and I have to tell you, like, the absolute deluge of fucking AI shit on that site at this point.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
we
you know,
should
like,
talk to Bar.
we-
He's been using AI art in his
Well,
work.
The thing is like, the way Barr is doing it and the way he explained it makes sense to me. What a lot of these motherfuckers are doing are just like, they're running shit through the algorithm and just posting it on their accounts, and it's like, oh, look at my art. Look at this art that I created. And then you
Oh.
have these fucking sad, delusional fuckers. They're just like, oh, if you give me this amount of money, I'll make you something. Like, no, fuck you. I'm sorry, but if you use an AI art program and you're charging commission prices, get fucked. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Unless you're doing like, hey, I'm going to do the initial with AI and then touch it up. And you offer that at a cheaper price than all of it by hand.
Yeah.
That's,
But don't try to sell this off like you put actual fucking effort into it. Fuck you.
yeah. Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
your
but that would
artistic
be-
vision, you lazy fuck.
Yeah, that would be a good scale. That would be a good price scale, though. It's just like, hey, I'm going to do the initial with AI and then I'm going to adjust it personally. So this is the price for that. And then if you just want it all done by me, then this is the price.
If you're
Because, you know,
and you're an artist, whether or not you deserve the title depends on how you're using that AI. For example, Bar uses it to get a rough idea of what the customer wants before he actually puts in hours of time designing something only to find out the customer doesn't want it.
yeah, using it to get an idea is great. I've used it a couple of times to. There were a couple jokes I wanted to write, and I just didn't know how to structure them. And I plugged it into AI, and I was like,
No.
all right, that's pretty good. Let me do this, and that. I don't know. It really helps with like your baseline. of what you're looking for.
Oh man, yeah, that just brings me to a point. So before the show started, I went and got pizza because it's New Year's, and I wanted, like delivery style pizza, and I was hungry.
Hmm.
But while I'm in there waiting on my pizza, like this dude walks in with his son, this fat little tub of shit, and like the father like hands his kid like the money for the pizza, and like he pays for the pizza, and like the guy gives him like his change back, and he's just standing there like he's just dropping change on the floor, doesn't even acknowledge it, and then walks out with just leaves the change on the floor.
Free change. Score.
And like there was like a little tip jar sitting on the counter, so I just picked up all of the coins and put them in the tip jar. And I'm like, man, I don't know what we're gonna do, man. Like these little motherfuckers don't know the value of anything anymore.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's hard to remember the value of anything anymore with inflation the way it is.
Well, also
Even
everybody,
still, it's just like,
most people pay with cards, so you don't see. It's a lot easier to see the value if you pay with cash. But if you just see people paying with cards all the time, then it's just, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
But as
Like just seeing somebody just like casually leaving money on the ground, yeah, it just pissed me off.
Yeah.
And still
J.
some
Okerson-
values in your fucking children, right?
Big J. Okerson, a comedian I follow, he has a change jar. But so he has the money in his wallet, and then he has the money in his pockets, which is just like change that he gets back from places, and there might be like $1 or a $5 in there at some point. At the end of the night, he just drops all of that into a change jar. If it's not in his wallet, it goes into the change jar. And I think that's a pretty good system. I might start doing that. Start carrying around cash more and doing that.
You're disappearing into the background a little bit.
Oh, what? As I swivel my chair?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on. Yeah. I want to go back to cash, but it's so much harder to get cash now than it used to be.
True.
Yeah. Part of me feels like that's kind of by design, but we won't get into it.
Like the bank that was closest to me, that I have my account in, that closed, and it's now a fucking dispensary. It's the weirdest thing.
I have
They
an
kept the
all
ATM
online
though, so
bank.
I can get.
Yeah, I have an all online bank. Getting cash is easy. You go up to any ATM, they'll basically pay the fee because they're all online. But if you want to deposit cash, like, oh, I've got, for the sake of our argument, I randomly have $10,000 laying around because I collected all the ones from all the stripping I did as a college student, and now have 10,000. I can't go to the fucking bank and deposit it. I gotta figure out a way to spend it, or see if someone will exchange it for a check.
I say just keep the cash. Use it as your spending money. I
was just using an example.
Yeah.
I never have cash anymore, so it makes it really difficult to actually go deposit cash. The only time I get cash is when I'm going to the barber shop to get a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've actually got like I think like $200 something or more in cash in my wallet right now. And that's the most cash I've carried in a long time.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I had $200 cash on me.
Like it's like accumulated cash from like oh, here's money for like house sitting, or like here's your Christmas money, here's some gas money. I just haven't bothered to deposit any of it yet.
Yeah, generally. Yeah, I have $2 cash around me right now. And generally in the winter, I try to keep about $100 cash sitting around, so I can hire neighborhood kids to shovel some sidewalks for me. By shovel some sidewalks, I mean shovel my pathway to work. Pay them like $100 a pop, just to make my walk easy.
Yeah, man, shoveling snow don't get any easier the older you get.
Yeah.
If anything, it makes you much more susceptible to having a heart attack.
Yeah, and I figured $100 is a good price because it's 1, 2, 3.5 blocks. So like $30 a block. Over $30 a block.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I paying too little, or is that too much?
No, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fair. And then if two of them do it, I just pay them both the same. Because they put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
I got distracted by my own thoughts there.
Yeah, I just don't want to walk through snow on my way to work. That's it.
Yeah, I wish it snowed here a couple of times a year.
Well, this winter's been so mild. I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck's
this winter's
going
been crazy.
Like right now, it's 47 degrees outside. Throw on a jacket.
Yeah, it's 56 where I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to turn on my AC today because the sun was warming up my apartment too much. It's December 31st.
It's currently 31 here.
Yeah, fuck you.
Which is kind of mild for this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Normally we'd be in the 20s by now, or lower.
Yeah.
Then again, it depends, because you can never tell with the Midwest.
Well, here I'd expect it to be down in the mid to low 30s right now. Old man talking about the weather.
So it has in the past year. Oh, come on, just fucking come up with the data.
There's a tiny bit of snow that was coming down when I went out to get my food. Oh no, there's still a little tiny bit floating around. Not too much though.
So the lowest temperature in my area this year was January 29th, and its low point was 34 degrees.
Dina, of course it's 18 degrees Fahrenheit. You're in fucking Canada.
And then the highest temperature around here this year was... Where the fuck is it? 99 degrees was the warmest.
I think the coldest it got here so far, this winter anyway, was earlier this month. It was like 19 degrees one morning with pretty high humidity. It was miserable.
Yeah, I had an uncle tell me once, there's no humidity when it's cold, and I'm like,
bullshit.
yeah,
That's a bold-faced lie.
yeah,
You can tell the difference between wet cold and dry cold.
yeah.
Immediately.
Wet cold chills you to the bone. Dry cold is all surface level.
Yeah.
I can
You
deal
know-
with dry
Holy
cold
shit.
all day, every day. Just bundle
When
up a
it's
bit.
when it's
March
humid and
20th was the
cold-
day... March 20th
Go
was
ahead,
the
Rick.
day with the most rain in a single day, and it was over 3 inches of rain that one day.
That's a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's approaching like tropical storm levels.
That reminds me of one day. I walked down to the store. It was kind of raining a bit, but there was a little break in the rain. I was like, okay, good time to go to the store. And I make my purchases. And I look out the door, and then all of a sudden it just starts dumping. Like, really dumping. I walked 1 block, and I was entirely soaked. I was so soaked that I would just walk through puddles, because I was like,
Hey, you
I
can't
got-
possibly get any wetter, so what
Yeah.
the fuck
That
does matter?
reminds
Doesn't-
me
doesn't
that reminds
matter.
me of that one scene from Christmas with the Cranks.
I haven't seen that.
Have you seen
movie
that?
in a long time.
Well, he's
Yeah,
walking out
it's
of the
been a-
store complaining, I think you need an umbrella. I tell you I don't want one of your fucking umbrellas. And the fucking awning just breaks and douses him, and he finally says, I couldn't get any more wet.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at that point. Like, I waited under... I walked 1 block, got completely soaked. And then I waited under an awning for about 10 minutes, and it wasn't letting up at all. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just going to go home, set my stuff up to dry, and take a shower to warm up. That's it. That's all you really can do.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I've bitched about it before. But, you know, like, people are just like, I don't understand, you know, like, why you hate cold more than being hot. It's like, you just put on more layers. It's like, more layers don't fucking mean anything when it's wet cold.
Yeah.
Like, I
It's
will
still
say, I
going
would
right
much...
down to your fucking bones.
I will
I'd
say,
still-
I would much rather deal with cold temperatures than hot temperatures, because
It's
it is
more-
easier. It's easier to warm up when by throwing on another layer when you're cold than it is to take off another layer when you're hot. At some point, you don't have any more layers. But yeah, humidity does play a huge factor in comfort level.
I said, you know, like, for me, the big deciding factor is that one of these things doesn't cause me pain. Cold hurt.
Yep,
I get it.
makes sense.
You know, like, another, like, thing is, like, you know, if it's, like, relatively dry and cold, you know, like, I can just walk out of my house and, like, not even bother putting a shirt on and just, like, go and get my mail or take out my trash.
Mhm.
But, like, if it's wet and cold, like it was recently, like, even being out of my car without gloves on for just, like, less than a minute, getting my grandma's mail and then getting into her house, my fucking knuckles were throbbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the colder it gets, the drier it is, which is why they have the 300 Club down in Antarctica, where you strip naked and you get into like a 200-degree sauna. You get used to that, and then you go run around the South Pole at negative 100.
Yeah.
And come back inside completely naked. And you can survive just fine. Physics. But you don't want to fall on that snow, because the moment you fall on that snow, you're fucked. You got instant frostbite.
Yep. And that's if you can get back up again.
Yeah. Yeah, Antarctica scientists are kinky. Alright, strip naked. We're all gonna be in a sauna at 200 degrees naked. Men and women. Alright, now let's run around the South Pole naked.
Well, it's just like other things. Like people are like, I don't understand how people can walk across hot coals. It's like, it's not about the temperature. It's about surface pressure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just move.
You walk normal, you're fine.
Yeah.
You stand,
put in-
you're fucked.
You're on that foot, you're fucked.
Yeah, it's like if you because Adam Savage from Mythbusters, he did that, and he was doing fine until he got about halfway across, and then he started to panic. And when he started to run to get off of them is when he actually got burned.
Yep.
Yeah, because he was pressing down too hard.
It's like if you go too slowly, you start to sink in, burn yourself. You try and sprint, you're putting a lot more pressure down, you burn yourself.
If you go too slowly, it's not that you're sinking in, it's that the heat has a chance to radiate.
Yeah.
Without dissipation. If you go too fast, you're sinking in.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole walking across a bed of nails or laying on a bed of nails trick. The trick to that is that they're really close together.
Yeah.
So it's all about, weight distribution.
Yeah.
We actually did that in my high school physics class. Like my teacher, she just pulls out this board with a bunch of fucking nails in it and sits it on a chair, and she's like, okay, who's gonna volunteer? And everybody in my class is just like, no. I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it. I walked up there and sat right down on it.
Yeah. I would have volunteered too. I was really into magic in junior high and high school.
And they're just looking at me sitting there, and I'm like, well, it don't hurt. Y'all a bunch of pussies.
It actually kind of feels nice.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, actually.
Yeah.
I probably would have kept sitting there for the rest of the class, but she had to go back to my seat.
I would have said, can I take the nails with me?
My desk is kind of uncomfortable, and this lets me sit a little straighter. I feel more supported.
Yeah. What are you guys thinking about people like Penn and Teller giving away secrets?
Well, I don't know. Magic has kind of gotten to a point of... Magic is... It almost feels kind of stagnant right now. But I think that has a lot to do with the fact that people... Magic was huge back when we were kids. And nowadays it's just like, oh, how am I going to beat the old guy that used to do this shit? Well, I got to come up with something new. And so you get someone like a wannabe Chris Angel. Oh, I'm edgy. No, you're not, motherfucker.
I also feel like a lot of the enthusiasm has gone out of it since old boy died.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Since who?
fuck. The guy who he had the challenge for if anybody could actually demonstrate supernatural abilities, he would give them a certain amount of money, and no one ever claimed it.
Oh, David Copperfield?
No, he's a magician.
Somebody else. Fuck.
I can't remember his name right now.
I know, and the fact that you can't remember made me not remember.
He was a well-known skeptic.
Yeah. Chat, help us out.
All two of
Yeah,
you.
it was somebody's $1 million challenge to prove the supernatural. I think you meant Houdini, but no, that's not it. It's
Oh, it's a question. Who done it?
I'm sitting in one of my bar stools right now, so it's hard for me to get down and actually navigate my computer at the moment.
James Randi.
Yes. Yeah, the Randi Foundation.
Yeah, ever since James died, I feel like a lot of it's also died down too. Like, there's not as many people who are just like, oh, I'll try and prove him wrong. But
well, I think Penn and Teller are kind of keeping it alive. They have that show Fool Us that I think they're still doing.
Yeah. Well, this is really
Penn and Teller,
cool.
like, I don't think those two will ever garner the amount of hatred that old James did.
Yeah, but they're trying.
There are people that legitimately despise that man, who would like insult him to his face on fucking like talk shows and shit.
Wait, who?
James Randi.
Insulted who?
No, he would get
No,
insulted.
people insulted him to his face.
Oh.
Like, they would get so fucking mad at him. You know, like, psychics and religious people.
All he did was start a foundation. I'll give you $1 million if you can prove it. That's it.
Yeah, but he wouldn't accept any of their proof. Despite the proof being God did it.
They had
can't
to do
you
it,
trust your
they
senses?
Had to do it under, oh, I'm sorry, you have to prove your fucking nonsense under lab conditions? Yeah.
Or like, he would like also like show people exactly how they were doing their shit, because he wasn't an idiot and he figured it out.
Yeah.
It's like, because that was one of the things. It's like, oh, you know, like he would replicate what they were doing in front of him while other people were watching, and then explain how it was done.
Yeah, I heard a story about him pre-bending a bunch of spoons while he was talking to the person. Just looking him in the eye and just pre-bending spoons without them noticing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Crab, you're the type of person I think. I'm actually surprised you weren't into magic performers. You're the type of person that I think would be super into magic.
Well, no, like
no, Crab doesn't like entertainment. Remember?
Time.
What?
Crab doesn't like roller coasters because they're pure entertainment.
To an amusement
remember?
Park when you can go to an art museum.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That makes sense.
It was one of our greatest nights.
Yeah.
Where we sat around for like an hour. He was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you say that?"
Yeah. Why would I go to an amusement park? For the fucking thrill.
You know
like,
why
his whole
you go
argument is
see...
like there was no practical reason to do this. Like, who said it needs to be practical?
There's no practical reason to go to an art museum.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like, the reason you go to see a magic performer is a practical application of science, of physics and math. Practical demonstration. Not application, demonstration.
Well,
and see if you can spot it.
It's physics, math, and human psychology.
Hmm.
Don't you mean a metaphysical stick up your ass, Crab?
Oh God!
Mm.
Ah, you son of a bitch!
Crap, have you ever seen any of Penn and Teller's
Oh
specials?
God, I fucking hated that guy. Maybe not as much as you did, Rimshee, but pretty close.
Hated
Yeah.
who?
Treagle.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, it's true.
I didn't even think about him. No, Striegel I didn't hate. I have other people I actually hate. But Striegel was an entertaining lolcow.
Yeah.
You did blow up on him one time.
Yeah, I did blow up on him, but that doesn't mean I hate him.
Yeah. He gave us a glorious night of being kicked out of his house.
Me and Bart Cats were talking about that just recently.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember when I blew up on him, he got real quiet real quick. And he was answering with nothing but yes sir, no sir.
Real quick. Crab, check out a Penn and Teller special. They actually show how some of the tricks are done.
And that's part of the trick.
Yeah, I think you might appreciate the artistry that actually goes into magic. So yeah, check out a full special sometime.
Now, one of my favorite moments
fucking
with him, another time where he got like super quiet, is we were in a VC, and me and Brad were there.
Mhm.
This whole shit started with us, by the way, but it was me and Brad in there with him again, and like some other people, and like conversations going back and forth. And, you know, Brad is being Brad, you know, just kind of like casually insulting everybody, because that's what Brad does. And you know, like at one point, Striegel's just like, you know, see, you know, like, you know, we're all friends here, and Brad's just like, no.
I think I was there for that.
He's like, and in the most venomous tone that I have ever heard Brad use, he's like, I fucking despise you.
Yeah.
And then he got really quiet and he left.
Yeah. So I'm in essentially a book club now.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this server you're somehow a moderator on.
Yeah, I'm a moderator in a wholesome server.
Okay, I was just checking like the, you know, latest like apocalypse theories. Carry on.
They don't carry with they don't hold Jables in them, do they?
Well, you always have to check.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I've been. Well, the guy that it's a podcast. It's people reading Harry Potter for the first time. They're gonna do Lord of the Rings next.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to the channel when they start Lord of the Rings.
Just send me a link to the goddamn channel. I'll be the rule breaker this time.
Yeah, and yeah, the guy that runs it, he's relatively new to Discord, and I've just been sort of like guiding him through on like how to structure the channel and stuff like that. And I kind of amazed myself. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Years ago, I did this." I forgot we did all of this, and I told him about
Mentor Jables.
Yeah,
that's a thought.
Yeah, and I told I sent him an invite to Jeff's server to see how the rules were all written and stuff. And and then I was talking to him about how the rules were made, they pretty much paired up me and Rimshee because I was a rule breaker and he's a rule maker.
Yeah.
And that's how we
Ye-
got the rules. Da-da.
He needs to see the mod
The rule-
procedures.
I copied the mod procedures and I sent them to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are coincidentally one of the most important parts about a Discord server, because otherwise you got rampant mods like Jables before we had those.
Yeah, I sent him the mod procedures. The Discord and the channel are still really small.
Yeah. Like, I won't go into any details because none of you need to know. But we don't just arbitrarily do shit. We don't arbitrarily ban people. It's not how that works. We have a process for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and another thing I really pushed forward was treat the mods like regular users until they're acting in a mod capacity. That's something I've always been adamant about.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cop in and out of uniform. He's your buddy out of uniform, but once he's got that uniform on, you better not fuck with him.
Yeah.
Well, it says Red always says, "Don't make us work. We don't want to."
And those are the kinds of mods you want. Ones that are willing to work but don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah, like, oh, well, the channel's growing pretty good. Yeah, they have like 940 subscribers right now.
Yeah, I still don't know what channel this is because you won't share it with me.
I'll post it in the fucking live chat right now.
A lot of creators say, getting to the first 1,000 subscribers is the really difficult part. But if you can manage that, you can potentially start growing more from there.
Yeah. Well, and one thing that's really fun is they're live streaming their discussions of the chapters that they read.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to be in the chat, and the guy that's already read the books we get to ask questions for the people that haven't read the books yet. And and he'll pass those along and stuff, and we get to have our own little conversations. There's a lot of audience participation going on, so it's really fun.
It's gonna be real interesting to see people who have never been exposed to Tolkien, how they kind of process his prose and his sentence structuring.
Yeah, so the guy that's running it loves the movies, never read the books.
Yeah, he's in for an experience.
Yep.
But don't get me wrong. I love Bo, and it might be sacrilegious, but I actually think there's a few parts that the movies do better.
Oh, yeah.
Well, to be fair, there are certain things you can do better in a visual medium than you can in a written one, and some you can do better written than visual.
I dropped the link in live show, by the way.
Good, finally.
We're not going to start on that because I could do an entire 3 or 4 hour stream easily just talking Tolkien shit.
Yeah. The problem that I had with the books though is just they're too detailed.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things. It's
I don't need the explanation of
his prose.
Yeah, I don't need the explanation of the cuckoo clock cooing at 11 o'clock. I don't need it.
Although,
written that it cooed. I don't need that 11 times.
It's not quite that bad, but
I know, but it's.
There are certain things.
The fact that you said it's not quite that bad means that it was close.
Well, it's not Stephen King bad.
Yeah.
That man goes into way too much goddamn detail.
Yeah.
Literally, he was going, the last book I ever tried to read from him was called Under the Dome. And I'm not even 20 pages into this fucking book. and he is describing this groundhog and this animal's life and its daily routine and how he's like kind of getting on in years. And like as I'm reading this section about this groundhog, I just flip to the back of the book, see that it's over 1,000 pages, and I'm like, I quit.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, when it comes to something like that, either it's a fucking intricate detail having to do with the what's it called? Having to do with the actual story, which I doubt, or Hitchhikers.
Yeah.
Or it's a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy-esque thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Also-
Douglas Adams sort of joke.
Yeah.
Can
So
I
what
just
this?
put one thing to rest when it comes to like Lord of the Rings and like people that bitch about the movies? Can I just put one thing to rest? Tom Bombadil was fucking pointless in the books. He's fucking pointless.
In the books, all he is look at this powerful guy I want to talk about.
Like, all he is an explanation for how the hobbits get their swords. That's about it.
And yet he's described as having the power to basically solve all the problems. He just doesn't want to leave his fucking forest.
Well, no,
That's the only reason he doesn't do it.
Elrond brings him up. A lot of people forget this. They bring him up at the Council of Elrond and ask, why don't we just give the ring to Tom? And Elrond's like, oh, because he'd probably forget what he was doing and then just leave it somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
When they
If that's
meet
the case,
Tom Bombadil,
Tom Bombadil, best character.
Because like when they meet him in the book, like he asks them why they're out there and what they're doing, and like, oh yeah, like Frodo's got this fucking magic ring that he needs to take to Rivendell, and Tom's just like, oh really? Let me see that shit. He takes the ring from Frodo. He's just like, that's neat, and gives it back. It's like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, when you're first reading the book, it's like, wow, that's crazy. When you go to reread it, it's like, yeah, there's definitely more to that. I don't know.
So the entire thing could have just been Tom Bombadil rides the Eagles, drops it in the volcano.
No, oh, god damn it! Why did you mention the fucking Eagles? Son of a bitch! I hate that argument. This is bullshit, and it wouldn't have fucking worked.
Well, yeah, because he needed the distraction to get the ring there. I get it.
Like the Eagles in the book already don't go out and fly around because they're afraid that just regular Joe Schmo motherfucker on his farm is going to take hot shots at them.
No.
Which they have done in the past.
Nothing new under the sun.
Also, it's like, you don't think that Sauron is not going to see that shit coming? They're giant eagles. They're not exactly inconspicuous.
Crab. The Hobbit was the first book I never finished.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not even that long.
Like a quarter of the way through, I was just like, nah, I'm done.
I had to read The Hobbit as part of a school thing, but we read the play version and we had to act out a section of it.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, making it into 3 films was bullshit. I agree with you on that, Crab.
That was
Agreed.
entirely on the.
That was cash grab. That could have been done easily in 2 films, probably just as easily in 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'd say like 2 is like the absolute maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2,
there's a lot
2
going
was
on in
pushing
it,
it.
but
2 was pushing it because they added a bunch of shit on top of already existing shit, and then all of a sudden they decide, okay, we're gonna make 3, and it's all the 5 Nations Army.
yeah, Ian McKellen hated being in that movie.
Oh, he
those
hated
movies.
being green screened into everything, because literally all it was
He was just in a
I'm
green
sitting
screen,
here in green
I'm not-
screen.
not interacting with anything.
Yeah, not talking to anybody.
Yeah. They threw up a tennis ball and they're like, it's there. And I kind of had to just focus on that.
Well, I mean, like, to be fair, like, that is exactly how, like, the whole scene with the Balrog was filmed. It
Yeah,
was
but
just
the difference
him,
is,
like, looking at a tennis ball. But
that's
there were
one
other
scene. That's
people
not the
around,
entire
that's
movie.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
They say,
There's
like, you
still
can
other
do
stuff to
that.
interact with.
It's just
Yeah,
it's, a
it's
matter
one
of
scene.
degrees.
It's
It's a
one
matter of
scene,
degrees.
and how do you get a Balrog to show up on set? Their unions are extremely strict.
That still looks good, by the way. Even over 20 years later.
Yeah. No, that shit looks great.
Like, there's like one shot from that sequence that looks a little dated, but
Well, the thing is that in the Lord of the Rings, he did his best to use forced perspective where he could, and CGI where he had
it
to,
blows
or to
my
correct
mind.
stuff. And
Just
that's the thing.
skill that they had with forced perspective.
That's the thing, though. When you're primarily dealing with real objects, real people, real points of interest, or at least physically identifiable and interactable points of interest, and you include CGI in order to make it look better, or in order to accomplish something that you're not able to accomplish otherwise, you've got a much better setup, because all that stuff can kind of blend into the background. It takes some effort to set it up, because you don't have aren't able to just put, oh, we got a point of light over here and it's going to shine on everything because everything's CGI.
Yeah, like,
it's
we
like
went from the
it's
mentality of, we'll use CG to enhance something to, just shoot the scene and the guys in the fucking computer room will do it later in post.
Yeah.
it's
Also known as the Disney method, which is dog shit.
Yeah, CG is supposed to enhance, not replace. It's kind of like what we were talking about with AI earlier. You know, it's supposed to give you the structure, and then you build on that.
Yeah. Oh, pardon me.
Yeah.
Kiddo went
Same
to take a
thing.
nap. Now I'm tired.
Although, quick fun fact, like, Peter Jackson's original plan, like, he was still going to make 3 movies, but what he was going to do, like, his original plan was he was going to adapt The Hobbit and then, like, Fellowship and Two Towers.
Mhm.
So his original plan was The Hobbit would be one film, and then he would do the first 2 books as films. But he couldn't get the rights to The Hobbit, and that's how he ended up just doing the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Honestly, if he had done it that way, where it was 4 total movies, Hobbit, and then the Lord of the Rings trilogy, it would have been a much different set of movies. It would have been so much better.
Yeah, because like one of the reasons like why nothing like really looks out of place or like there's such great like continuity of like character and like presentation in the Lord of the Rings trilogy is because all 3 movies were shot at the same time.
Yeah, it was one movie shot together. They did their scenes based on that, but they took the time to fucking do these individual films in post instead of doing them all at once and just shoving them all out, and that's why it took 3 movies. That's why it took the time it did.
Yeah,
But the
that's why
initial
shout out-
filming
shout
was
out
all
to-
at once.
Shout out to Miramax though for taking that real big chance.
Oh god,
Oh, yeah.
that was a huge
Like-
chance. But man,
Well, that's
that
also
was
why if you go back and watch those movies now, you can see as the movies go on, like the effects on Gollum get progressively better.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the technology was evolving while they were shooting.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like Gollum looks okay in like Two Towers, but then you see him in Return of the King, where like he has like all the effects of like sweat and like grime and shit on. It's like, god damn, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Andy Serkis is a fucking beast, by the way. Does not get the credit that's due.
Mm-hmm. I read the audiobooks too.
Mm-hmm.
audiobooks,
That
yeah.
reminds me. I learned something new about the Lord of the Rings movies that I did not realize. That
What?
John Rhys Davies is actually the voice of Treebeard.
Oh. All right.
And not only is he the voice of Treebeard, but there is no effect or filter on his voice.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, how they did it is that John he spoke in like the deepest register that he could into a wooden megaphone. And that's how they got it.
That's
I'm
really
like,
cool.
that's fucking wild. I love that shit.
I like
Wait,
that.
could you
That's-
repeat that?
So John Rhys Davies, how he did the voice of Treebeard in the movies is he spoke in the deepest register that he could into a wooden megaphone, and they recorded that.
Holy fuck.
That's really cool.
And like, I love that I'm
Think-
still
thinking about
learning
the
new
voice-
shit about these movies.
Thinking
So
about the
good.
voice, that makes a lot of sense.
I really do. Greatest
Those
trilogy of all
movies,
time.
those movies are treasures. Ain't that
I
right,
cannot
dear?
wait.
Lord of the Rings
I cannot-
movies. They're treasures.
Yeah, I cannot wait to sit down and introduce my nephew to them. I really can't. It's gonna. Be
I am looking forward to when I can introduce my son to them. But I gotta wait till he's old enough to be able to comprehend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like when that day comes, it's just like, hey kid, like yeah, it's like, come in the living room. We're watching all 3 of these movies today.
I think 10 or 11 is a good age for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wake up! Dad! It's 6 in the morning! I said wake up! We're sitting and watching movies all day today.
Yeah, just get a
Why?
bunch of popcorn ready. And like,
Your mom and I decided it was time to introduce you to Lord of the Rings. You are watching Lord of the Rings. You don't have to like it. But you will like it.
Like, we got 11
here's-
hours
here's-
of film to get through, and we need to start now.
here's the kicker, buddy. You get to lay in the couch all day and eat snacks. Yeah, just stock up on snacks. Let them lay on the couch all day.
Don't let them know. We'll cook brownies. We'll cook cookies.
Crab, the books are a lot. Just
Yeah.
let him watch the movies.
Like, as someone who has read all of the books, except for the Silmarillion, I would not finish that.
No.
Because the Silmarillion, it's more of it's like a textbook.
Yeah. It's a history book.
Yeah. You know, like, there are
Unless-
sections of those, there are sections of the Silmarillion that's like numbers from the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just like, and then there was this guy, and he had these sons, and then these sons had these sons, and like, it's like, oh dear God.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the
unless your kid is like
G.
super nerdy and really into fantasy, start with the movies.
You know, like, I went and got the cliff notes, and like, I read all the summaries, you know, like backgrounds of like the shit that happens in the Silmarillion, which is why I know as much as I do. But just like reading the book itself is extremely tedious. It's boring. Like, it's important for understanding a lot of the background of what happens in Middle-earth, but the way it's presented is not very engaging. It's not a fun read.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, the fact that like Tolkien never actually finished the Silmarillion, it was kind of compiled and completed by his son after he died.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was never meant to be presented as a novel, it was mainly just Tolkien's note so that he could keep all of his stuff straight in his own universe.
By the way,
There's a lot of
Rimshee-
interesting stuff there. It's just not interestingly presented.
Rimshee, you better get your kid into Harry Potter.
He'll be into Harry Potter if he wants to be. I'm not gonna be one of those parents that makes their kids like things because I like them.
Oh no, I'm not saying make him like it. Just like, I don't know, maybe read it to him as a bedtime story when he's older.
I'm not a huge fan of Harry Potter myself. Like, I'm not.
Make Miss
It's
Rimshee
fine.
read it to him as a bedtime story every once in a while.
Abel, stop trying to manipulate other people's children.
I'm an uncle. that's
Look,
all I do.
I'd
I'm a
much
corrupter.
rather. I'd much rather force him to watch Twilight so that we could make fun of it together.
That's fair. I can't argue.
Just hear from the other room. I just hear from the other room. Stop.
Yeah. And then when he's older, have him watch True Blood and be like, these are real vampires. And they're just
Oh,
as sexy,
God.
just not sparkly.
Have him watch Blade.
Yeah, Blade.
Yeah,
oh, they're
Blade is
remaking Blade.
acceptable. Don't remind me.
I don't. The studios
What?
seem to be learning. Remakes seem to be getting better. Not
No.
good, but better than they
No.
were.
Like, for one, you didn't bring back Wesley Snipes in any capacity. Already, that's a fail, in my opinion.
I just had a dumb thought.
Yeah, is
Also, the
Wesley
fact
Snipes
that
still trying to pay off that tax?
Also,
That
the guy
tax
that
debt?
you, like, the guy that they cast to play Blade, damn near walked off the project
Why?
because they tried to make it into another fucking girl boss film. Like, the main plot was centered around Blade's daughter and like a couple of other chicks, and the guy playing
Oh, I
Blade damn
didn't-
near walked off the set.
I didn't hear about that. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you know, like, you want to know why this movie's been taking so long? Because of rewrites and trying to convince the actor not to quit the fucking project because he's so disgusted with the director and the producers.
Don't blame him.
Oh,
It's like, it's a movie about Blade, or at least it's supposed to be. I want to see Blade. I don't want to see his fucking daughter or some other bitches. that have nothing to do with him or the plot. Fuck that shit. Make a Blade movie or fuck off.
Crab, I can explain the Muggle technology and the between that and the magical world. There's a couple reasons. One, magic interferes with electricity a lot. And the other explanation is they have fucking magic. They didn't need the technology. Yeah. Anyways, back to the Blade movie. Yeah, no, that's fucking bullshit.
Also, wasn't, just to like expand on, like, wasn't there like a thing like also in the Harry Potter thing where like especially once like humans like entered, you know, like the atomic age, like we start splitting atoms and shit, you know, like the magical community is like, oh fuck, damn, we need to distance ourselves from this.
No. The magic community started distancing themselves in like the 1600s.
Well, I'm saying, you know, like the advent of, you know, like Newt probably didn't help. It's just like,
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. There's a lot. I could go on for hours about this. Much like you can go on for hours about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I,
yeah.
I could do the same thing with Harry Potter. Crab, I think the Wizarding World Harry Potter is pretty consistent.
Yeah, like,
Yeah. If you
at least it was, and then, you know, a certain
Yeah,
someone who created the series started fucking with shit, and it's just like, stop.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling started fucking with shit, made it a little less consistent, but overall, like the rules are kind of soft, but they're consistent.
Although I will say that
There's some hard rules that are never broken, and then there's a couple soft rules that are kind of bent.
The Harry Potter movie adaptations are very inconsistent films.
Yeah, if we're talking movies, don't get me started on that.
Yeah, like Mahler and like the EFAP crew, like they talked to Cinematic Venom again recently. Well, they talked to him for the first time. They covered his Lord of the Rings video, which was terrible. But, you know, like he's learned from it, and, you know, like he's come to appreciate the films, which is good. But yeah, he was describing the Harry Potter films. He's like, yeah, like the things with these movies is that like they'll just like adapt like directly from the books, and like instead of like focusing on being, you know, like continuous with the movie that came before them. So it's like there's just shit that will show up in the movies that if you read the books you know about, but if you're just watching the films, you have no idea what the fuck it is or where it came from or why it's relevant now.
Well, the other problem is there's a lot of stuff that happens in like the first and second book that are absolutely important in the seventh book, and and they just left those out of the movies. So it's like, wait, what's that?
God damn. Fucking snow is coming down now. Fuck. Stop.
Also,
I don't like it.
Crab, the guy that does that little book club channel, he has another channel where he does like daily crosswords and just sort of hangs out. I think you might like that.
That's like my mom's favorite thing from newspapers is the crossword puzzles.
Yeah. Well, he does. Yeah, he does at least one crossword every day. Oh, why?
Do we have a set stop time today?
I don't know.
It's not as set. We can run over these days because the kiddo's asleep. The wife still wants to spend time with me, I'm sure, but the kiddo's asleep.
Oh yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm not keeping anybody from anything just by continuously rambling on.
No, the only thing I would be doing is going over and pressure washing my deck, which I do need to do.
Yeah.
Which I was gonna do, but then I realized what time it was and decided I better go prep for the show.
Yeah.
I smell something cooking. I think my wife is making pepperoni chips.
Oh, also over on that channel, we're gonna be watching the Two Towers, and we're timing it out so on the Eastern time, it will reach the point where Theoden says, "So it begins," right at midnight.
Ladies.
Yeah. So, sir, you're definitely invited to that if you want.
Yeah, it depends on what I'm doing. I don't know who's going to be available tonight.
All right.
He is my favorite character in the films, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Good character.
I fucking love Theoden. Favorite character of the Fellowship? That one's a little harder. I mean, I do really love Sam, and the entire quest would have been fucked without him.
I remember.
Boromir is fucking great, and I don't care what anybody says. If you say that Boromir's a bad person, then you're wrong.
I remember the Return of the King game on GameCube. I really like to play Faramir.
Faramir's great too.
That game was so good. Underrated.
Yeah, that was back when, like, people actually gave a shit when making movie license games.
No.
Because, like, then Lord of the
No,
Rings games,
there's
like,
a lot.
they
there
would
were-
actually, like, replicate scenes from the movie in the game engine.
Yeah, but a lot of people didn't care about movie licensed games that much. It's there were a lot of shitty movie licensed games.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that there weren't. I'm just saying, like, there were still examples of people, like, giving a shit. But
Well,
even
also,
after a while, even that completely stopped. It's just like, yeah, no one cares anymore.
Also,
one's
Lord of
trying.
the Rings is an easy one to adapt to a video game because it's fantasy and you go through and you fight stuff. It's not like it just lends itself to video games really easily.
And you say that, but
Yeah, the video games don't always work out too well.
And also, I'm not talking about the new Gollum game either.
Nor are we.
no, like that's just a masterpiece. Why would you say anything bad against that game?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's the 2023 game of the year. It's so good it needs
Yeah.
a second year as game of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I think?
The game
find
that was so
extremely
bad that
hilarious
even
about
their
that?
apology was written by AI.
Yeah. Not only that. Here's the best part. Here's the best part. Is like not only was it an AI generated response, but the development team wasn't even aware of it.
Yeah.
That game was
Oh,
made with
yeah.
German taxpayer money.
Jeez, that game. I didn't play it, but I watched some gameplay of it,
Lock
and it was so broken. I think there's a whole speedrunning community behind it now, though, because of how broken it is.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to find exploits.
Oh man, watching Mauler, Metal, and Az try to get through that game, fucking
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah, like the only contender that's like up there with Gollum was like the Skull Island Rise of Kong game,
Mm-hmm.
which is also hilariously inept and bad.
I should probably go. I see smoke billowing out of the door of my house.
All right. Well,
Oh,
that's it for this
sounds
week,
bad.
everybody.
Well, we'll see if there's next week.
Yeah. Find out next week if Rimshee still has a house.
It's probably just something got overcooked, but I better go check.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Good night.
Happy New
Love y'all.
Year, fuckers!
Take
Yeah.
care.
See you next year.